want to mention two other chords that you sometimes encounter in country music, and at this point they shouldn't confuse you at all in terms of what to do. You actually see some Mixolydian tunes in country music. There's a lot of old fiddle tunes, Snowbird in the Ash Bank, the Cuckoo's Nest, Granny Does Your Dog Bite, and others. The Sugarfoot Rag, which is played as a guitar instrumental. I don't play it. I think it's in E, but just to demonstrate it here on the neck in A, goes something like. You see how the chord progression went from A down to G, and that is a Mixolydian type chord progression. The Mixolydian scale that we have been calling generally the dominant scale is the same as the major scale, except its 7th scale degree is flatted. So instead of having G sharp as the 7th note, we have G, and that gives you a G chord, and that modal cadence is the same as in minor. We looked at A minor, G, A minor. In A Mixolydian, you have that same move from it. And generally, in fiddle tunes, they aren't generally played as dominant type chords. They are generally played as plain old triads, and the lines themselves don't impart a dominant sound. But in modern country music, you would know, if you encountered that flat 7 chord there, you would know that you could either play the G pentatonic scale, G major pentatonic scale. You could play the G dominant scale. Would probably sound good in a lot of context in a modern country tune. In fact, this progression from a chord to a chord a step below, some people would say, well, that's just one of the variations of the major scale that we now have due to the influence of African music. This sound is very common in rock music and in other styles, and so it's not really anything weird. And just by playing the change, you'll be able to cover that. Another one that you see in some country tunes and also in rock and R&B and so forth is going from the 1 chord, we're here using A, going up a minor third to in this case, the C chord. And you would know there also, when you went up to that C chord, you just can play the change. The Ride by, is that David Allan Coe? That is the progression he uses. And so when you go up to the E flat from the C, you could either play the E flat major pentatonic, which would incidentally be the same as the C minor pentatonic. If you thought it sounded good, you could play the E dominant scale. You could also, because the E flat is the minor third of C, that is a thing where you may feel comfortable just staying on the C blues or C minor pentatonic scale. But again, if you're aware of the idea of changing your scale thinking with the chord changes in these or any other circumstances that you come across, you'll be able to cover them fine. Play the changes. And there you have it, friends. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you for watching.